So, how would y'all have kids? Like, have y'all contemplated how you have what? What?
How would you have kids?
We
Like,
talked about it. We talked about.
I feel like that's an honest question. Like, there's different ways people would have kids.
well,
So,
I would think the question would be, have you talked about having children?
Oh yeah, we talked about having kids. There's like, of course, like it's 2022, so there's like many ways you can have kids nowadays. Like, correct me if I'm wrong. I think like Kim Kardashian, she like had her egg planted in another woman, and she had the woman carry that child. So like it was
A surrogate?
yeah, it was kind of like that, and like
So-
I guess you
I
can
would do that.
explore how you really want to do it, basically. But there is that possibility where like I transfer one of my eggs to her, and she carries the child. Like,
You're carrying a child.
vice
We've had this
versa.
conversation many times. Asia will carry the first child.
I don't think I ever said that, but there's also that possibility, and there's like possibility of like insemination and stuff like that. Like, there's many possibilities, I guess, that I was thinking about. And my main thing is like it being like biologically both of our children.
It can't be.
Yeah, it can technically with science and stuff. That's possible.
how? Because I can see how you could carry the child, but how would it? Well, maybe I don't understand how it
So like
works.
I think like if I think I'm not a scientist or anything, so I'm not even
Me
100%
either.
how this works. But this is like how like I'm thinking. So like if I transfer my egg to her or something like that, it would be my egg. So like I would be my biology, and then like it'd be inside of her, and she would.
Oh, you mean like y'all both to be connected to the baby?
Yeah.
Yes, that is definitely
Oh.
possible.
Yeah. So something like that. So it's like biology, both of our children.
So what
Would y'all
about
go to a bank?
would we go to one? Or are you asking have
Yeah.
Sperm bank.
I'm asking, would you? Obviously, you
Oh.
haven't,
one?
unless you're trying to tell us something.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we would need that. So for it to happen.
Because like some people, they use like friends or like family members. Would y'all ever consider doing that if someone was all right with like
I mean, if we had someone, but I don't know anyone, so we would do it.
You don't know anyone now. You might know someone in the future. When
Kobe
the time
and
is right.
Isaiah.
I don't know.
They
this
would
one.
actually do it. I mean, I could see
Who's
them
that?
doing it. They're a gay couple, two men, Isaiah and Kobe.
Yeah, and a lot
Aw,
of gay
what if
couples
y'all, like,
do that.
Like,
Yeah,
what if y'all
yeah,
swapped?
yeah.
Oh, that'd be
Their
cute.
choice.
Very interesting. So, what about marriage? Are either one of you interested in being married, or would being in a committed relationship be enough for you?
Yeah, I love marriage. Once I find someone that I want to spend the rest of my life with, like, I don't see any other point in like not getting married. Like, we're getting married, no ifs, ands, and buts. Like, I don't understand why you wouldn't. So
You talking about prenups and all.
prenups are also
We was talking
important.
about
Yeah.
marriage, and she was bringing up divorce
Okay,
and
so-
prenups and all.
Question: would you wear a wedding dress or? You can hear me. Would you wear a wedding dress or would you wear like a suit? Or do they wear tuxedos? I don't know what they be wearing.
I would definitely wear a wedding dress because I think wedding dresses are like really pretty, and I don't know. I see myself more comfortable in a wedding dress.
And you?
I would definitely wear a wedding dress too.
Oh, that is awesome.
Have y'all thought about how the wedding would be? Like,
So
would
I
it be
was
more
actually thinking
traditional
about that.
or would it just be completely like?
No, honestly, my goal, like, if I do get married to a woman, I would want it to be like a gay wedding. There's apparently that's a thing. Like,
It's a gay
Wouldn't
wedding.
it be a gay wedding?
yeah, but
Yeah,
like
that's what I was thinking.
most of like a lot of people there are gay.
Oh,
Yeah, so it's like super awesome, and I actually saw it on TikTok, and there was like all these gay couples. It was so awesome. Like, I kind of want it to be like that. Hopefully, I have like more gay friends in the future or whatever. But
but
If
when
you're
we
in
talk
Atlanta,
about
you
marriage,
probably
you're talking
will.
about years down the line.
yeah, I don't have any money to get married, so
Yeah, it is kind of expensive.
I don't know where would I. If I were to get married now, it would be the courthouse.
There are so many other options.
What?
But okay.
In the backyard?
There are so many places you can get
You don't
married.
have a backyard.
Okay. Anyway. And what about you? Have you thought about what a wedding would be like?
I have, of course, I see a traditional wedding, not necessarily in a church, but a nice venue, all white, with like, I definitely know I want red roses, like a red accent.
I would totally plan
Of
Plan
course.
it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
A big, nice traditional wedding. A lot of family, a lot of support, lots of pictures.
Oh, that is awesome. So, not trying to sound ignorant, but when you think of the proposal, do you see yourself giving the proposal or getting the proposal?
Yeah. I didn't even think about that.
Or have you not thought that far?
Honestly, I feel like with us, it's kind of, it could go either way, to be honest.
We definitely be proposing. We need to propose for sure.
Okay, but I could see myself proposing too if she does it.
I'll probably be the first one to propose. So yeah, it'll go either way. I can.
Okay.
I could see Asia proposing.
Mm.
Okay, I don't know. I was just curious. Go.
Have y'all ever been to a gay club? And what was it like?
So I've been to a gay club in Los Angeles called Willie D's, and it was my first ever gay club experience. And when I first walked in the door, my mouth just dropped because there were just penises everywhere. A lot of go-go dancers.
What do you mean? They were naked?
They were naked. They had like these giant, I wouldn't even say poles, but these podiums that they were all standing on. And it was me and all my female friends. It was about 5 of us. And it was an experience, to say the least. I mean, a lot of gay males, a lot of white gay males at that. The energy was, it's honestly hard to describe the way they're just free and enjoying themselves, but it's kind of like, okay, I don't know if we're like, this is our territory to be in. Of course, we were accepted. Nobody really paid us attention, but it was just like, you could just feel that this is a space for specifically others in that way. It was still fun though. Everybody was high of energy and dancing a lot. A lot of people were just kissing everywhere, literally everywhere. They were just all kissing and stuff. But I would give it like a 9 out of 10. It was a great experience. I don't know if I would go again, but
Why wouldn't you go again? Because it sounds like you had a good time.
That sounds fun.
it was fun. But to a point, it was
They were a little too free for you.
exactly. It was freaky. They was freaky deeps. They was freaking on the floor. They was freaking by the bar.
Were
freaking by
they
the
having
bathrooms.
sex?
They
in
was,
public?
they was
Yeah.
grinding and humping all over. You could tell there was a
Oh
couple of
my
steps, one shot away from getting freaky deep on the floor.
Okay, that probably made me feel incredibly uncomfortable.
So I have a question. I hope it don't sound offensive or stupid. So it's a gay club. So would you say it's only for gay people since it's a safe space, or would you say it's anybody who will create a safe space for gay people?
Like, is it allies be okay?
Yeah.
Welcomed.
I definitely think allies would be okay or welcome. If not, we probably would have gone out of the club. But definitely anybody who supports the LGBTQ could go in there. I think specifically the audience was more for gay men, but women, straight men could go and just be in there.
Bruh.
Would you, the non club goer at this point, would you attend a gay club? Would you go?
Heck yeah, I go to a gay club. That sounds lit, honestly. I've been wanting to go to a gay club for a while, but Georgia or America's kind of annoying. They stopped the cap on 18-year-olds going to clubs.
Oh, honey, because they sell alcohol.
Yeah, but you can't go. Like, you used to be able to go to a club at 18. I can't.
there are clubs you can go to at 18.
No, there are not. Not anymore. They're all 21 now.
Yeah, I checked when before I was 21. All of them say it'd be 21.
Yeah.
Especially in Atlanta.
Yeah, even places where it's not a club, like bowling alleys, you still have to be
True,
21.
like when y'all went
It's
to the
crazy.
Skyline, don't they card up there?
Yeah, you
Mhm.
can't even go up. You can't go up there on the weekend.
No, it's just Fridays and Saturdays.
I don't know what that is. But okay. Have either one of you ever attended a drag brunch? That's very popular in Atlanta.
No.
That sounds fun.
It does
No.
sound
You
really fun.
did go.
Oh my god, we did. I forgot.
I was gonna say, didn't you
That
go?
sounds fun.
That is the only thing that I've ever done that put me anywhere near the gay queer community. It
Drag
is
shows
so
are amazing.
much fun.
I'm gonna go.
And there is one where you do not have to be 21, and it's a lot of
The
fun.
one we went to said you have to be 21, but they did not card whatsoever.
They
No,
do
don't
not.
always card you.
But I'm saying that the one we were going to go to after that, because she and I were supposed to go to two,
Mhm.
you only had to be 18.
That lady invited us. She was like, "Hey, you should meet us here."
Yes, like I think that for if you're interested in doing things in the LGBTQ plus community, definitely those drag brunches are very popular in Atlanta. And they're a lot of fun. My God, they are a lot of fun. Those women are awesome. We had such a good time. We had such a good time. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Is there any last things that you guys would want to say about what it's like being young, beautiful, Black, and in the queer community? Oh, female.
It's amazing. If you're comfortable with yourself and you're just out in the open, I feel like a lot of things that people might experience being in the community is really based off of individuality and what people go through. But just me personally, I'm living life free and out loud. I love it. Love being young, love being Black, young being part of the LGBTQ community.
Wow, I love this. And you?
Any last words, Asia?
I like being in it too. I feel like it gave me a sense of like confidence as well. Like, you know, knowing that there's people out there who like may not accept it, but it does give me like some type of like a power boost a little bit, just to like be able to like tell them off and be
Okay.
prideful in
Okay.
myself. But
You like
I
ready
do.
to square up
Fight,
with
bro.
somebody.
You trying to fight.
girl. It's like
I'm
trying
you
to fight
are
this imaginary
already-
person.
I
bro.
do like where I'm at. Like I like dating Kyra. She loved it. And yes, we actually never got on the topic of like how it's different.
Oh no,
man
y'all
and a
didn't answer
woman.
that. Go do it.
So yes, of course it's different from like dating a man, of course. Very much different. Like I feel like men, I didn't have to try as hard. For like men, it was mostly in their hands to like figure everything out. And dating a woman, it's kind of like the work is split a little bit. Like you have to figure stuff out too, and like vice versa.
Okay, so before we even wrap this up, I want to go back to that and dig a little bit deeper into that. So do you find yourself trying to figure out a typical gender role? Like, do you say, okay, so there is no male in this situation and I have to do this? Do you find yourself going back to that? Do you find that that's lacking?
No, not really. I don't think we have a gender role, honestly, at all. Like,
It's
not even
just-
close, to be honest.
You do what makes you happy.
Yeah, basically, like, she'll treat me sometimes, and I'm trying to treat her too. Like, it's really no, like, man-woman type thing. Like,
Because people say that a lot when they talk about gay relationships. They'll say, well, who's the man and who's the woman?
Well, they're both men. They're both women.
Yeah.
Because they
They
want to go
identify
back
as
to
that.
what they're
Yeah, and I feel
comfortable
like-
with.
yeah.
What they're comfortable and what they know is that there's usually a male role who does this and there's a female role who does that. And so that's just coming out of ignorance and being someone who was not very familiar with the queer community growing up. That's the first thing that I would think is, well, how does this work? But having more knowledge, not being as ignorant and growing and understanding is more. I understand that that's not necessarily something that comes up. And I love that. What about you? How do you feel as far as the difference is concerned? Or it is, well, she said clearly there's a difference for her.
Yeah. Difference from dating a man from a woman. I feel like for me, we both do have to pull our weight. Just how like that dominant, submissive, we both get 50-50. Sometimes she can be dominant, sometimes she's submissive, vice versa. In terms of just like gender roles. So like, yeah, honestly, it gets hard just being women, but I feel like overall relationship aspect, it's been easier dating a man because we both know what we want out of a relationship. We both can give the affection. We both can be vulnerable. We both can be emotional. I feel like with men, they also have that wall up of not being emotional or vulnerable, and being able to give you kind of what you need to feel secure. But whereas like just dating another woman is equally there, and we could just talk it out and hash it out. My relationships dating men, like I said, they were very stubborn, and I didn't feel like the communication was there. But with a woman, it's all there. Like just the passion, the love, the affection is there. It's 50-50. There's no, oh, she handles everything. It's split. I like you.
So when you say it's split, it's this is not something that y'all decide. It's just something that you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, like if we plan a date, like I just planned a date to the botanical gardens. Since I planned the date, I'm like, okay, I'm also gonna handle the food, transportation wise, handle buying the tickets, whether you want some gifts or not, things like that. She plans a date, say we went to
They already laughing for real.
say we go to Avalon, she'll walk me around, get food, buy things. And it's not like, oh, sorry, you gonna handle it, da da da. It's just we just do it for each other. Or sometimes we just split. Like she'll get food and I'll buy movie tickets, I'll buy dessert, she'll buy drinks.
Y'all are funny. And so my last question goes to the non-queer community member, but also Gen Z.
Oh.
So, well, that would be you.
Oh, what's the
So-
question?
So, as a person who is, I'm assuming, an ally,
Mm-hmm.
how do you feel when you are around those in the queer community? Do you feel different?
No.
Do you try? What are your? How are you an ally then?
I don't know. I guess like if someone says something, I'll stand up for my friends because like it doesn't feel different because all of my friends are in the LGBT community.
All of them? Oh yeah, your best. Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah.
So
So it doesn't really.
So for you, this is just normal. This isn't anything that you feel like, oh, this is new. This is different, which I think is good because I know that both of you grew up as allies and always known somebody in the queer community. So you've never had to feel like you were uncomfortable or try to make them feel uncomfortable.
Mm-mm. I feel like me and my friends been pretty open about stuff, so.
So you're cool.
Yeah, cause I knew, Vanilla. Well, she's already out, so I don't know.
Okay, so
She's out. Like her entire family knows.
so being
She's been out for
on
years.
the college campus, do you find that heterosexuals make underhanded, behind the scenes comments, derogatory comments?
Oh
about-
yeah.
they do.
Mm-hmm.
Really, even in 2022?
Mm-hmm. Like when I'm walking, cause no offense, but like the Black community, like even though here in Atlanta it's open, like among Black people, I go to an HBCU, so a lot of them are conservative. So they'll say things like at the side of their neck, or like I'll hear for like some gay men saying how someone would call them the F word on campus, or like someone got jumped one time. So
Wow.
yeah, because TSU is pretty conservative. So
Not very accepting.
they're not really accepting anything, really. I've noticed that.
That must be very difficult for them. That's really sad. I wish I knew someone there that we could talk to.
Yeah, and I know
So-
someone.
Okay. I said me.
Oh,
But
I was
then-
saying like because I thought you wanted them to be like on the podcast. I could talk to them.
Okay. And as a Gen Xer, I hear it a lot. Working in a retail space where there are people who are very openly in the community, queer community, I hear those comments from people in my age group saying, "Oh, they're confused. They don't know what they're
Yeah.
doing."
Mhm.
And that bothers me. It's like, just
Or
because
like-
they don't agree with your ideology doesn't mean they're confused. You know, they'll say, "Oh, they need to change or they need to stop." And so I hear it more than I should from people in my generation. That's why I was curious about you being a younger person, and I do still believe that the younger generation is a lot more accepting than the older generation, than my generation. I know that for a fact. It seems that way. I shouldn't say fact. I don't have numbers, but I was just very curious about what you hear being somebody that's not in the queer community, but on a campus with people that's all of y'all ages, all of you Z's.
Well, I feel like there's a big. Well, no, because they're really conservative, so there's a lot of people that are still in the closet on campus.
Oh my gosh, that must be
Yeah.
really hard for them. My goodness,
Mm.
I hate that for them. So, do you know people that are in the closet? Or do you just suspect that there are people in the closet?
Well, I've heard they were in the closet, but people I know aren't in the closet. They're pretty open about it.
And then they're having a hard time on campus?
No, they don't seem like it, but I know they hear things. So.
Yeah, they just let it roll off. That's unfortunate that they
or
have
they
to
just
do
fight
that.
them.
Okay, fight. We don't want to condone violence, even though our guest here has mentioned several times that she's ready to do that. Huh?
So I am.
Yeah, we're not going there. So this will conclude our podcast in this series. Thank you both, all three of you, for being so open about your life and sharing with my listeners. Make sure that you share this on your social media. This will come out the second Monday. I'm thinking about doing this a 2-parter
Second Monday.
in June for Pride Month because I already have a video. So we're gonna end it now. So follow us the Other Side of 45 Instagram and website, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.